Hey YouTubers, it's Platt here, and we're continuing to talk about great white wine varieties. Today we're going to talk about the Moscato. Moscato comes from Muscat grapes, which themselves have around 200 different varieties. The origins of the Muscat grape date back all the way to the Egyptians and the ancient Persians. Even though today it's kind of known more as an Italian grape, the origins go further back than that. It's grown pretty much everywhere, not just in the old world regions of France or Italy, or even here in the New World, America, Australia, wherever. It's grown everywhere, including places like Brazil. What makes the Muscat grape a little different than other wine grapes is that it's also used as a table grape, or it's eaten. Your Chardonnays, your Cabernet Sauvignon, those grapes are generally not eaten by the public per se. So the Muscat grape's a little different in that sense. Moscato itself is a fairly simple, sweet wine, low alcohol, around 5 to 7%, which kind of gets it closer to the beer end and the wine end. It's a fairly easy drinking wine, which between the sweetness and the easy drinking and the low alcohol kind of makes it popular with the ladies. Sometimes it's referenced as a patio wine. Think about a girls' night out. They're drinking a nice sweet bottle of wine on the patio of their favorite restaurant, something like that. In recent years, it's gained even more popularity due to the hip-hop world. It's been mentioned by several rappers, including Drake. There are several variations on Moscato. Probably on the higher end, probably the most classic style is a Moscato d'Asti, or it's an Italian sparkling wine. There's some very fine sparkling wines that I'm not going to say necessarily compare with champagne, but you're getting into that stratosphere. But excellent sparkling wines made from Moscato in Italy. Then you have still Moscatos, or what's also known as Muscatel. If you're of a certain age, you might remember on the Sanford Son show, Fred Sanford would reference Muscatel every once in a while. As far as the Moscatos go, your Muscatel is kind of on the drier side, higher ABV. More of those sugars have been fermented out. It's not that common anymore, but it's still out there. Then you have some dessert Moscatos, southern Spain, southern France. You have pink Moscatos, which have now become kind of popular. And there's even now flavored Moscatos, peach, watermelon, blackberry. These are wines that aren't necessarily going to stand up next to your classic buttery, oaky Chardonnays that have aged for years. This is kind of the other end of the wine scale. As far as the flavors of the wine itself, for Moscato, we're going to get peach, apricot, orange, plenty of nice simple fruit flavor. As far as aromas, you're looking at perfume, jasmine, honeysuckle. This wine actually has a medium level of acidity, which you wouldn't think it would be. Best way I can kind of compare it is, in the past we've tasted beers, when I was doing the beer series, that had, as far as IBU numbers or hops levels, would seem medium or higher, but because there was so much malt in those beers, that malt sweetness kind of dominated, even though there's plenty of hops in there. This is the same for this wine too. Even though there's acidity in there, it'll probably work the saliva glands. There's just so much sugar in there that you're not going to notice it as much. Food pairing wise, we're going to, because of the sweetness, you're going to pair with spicy foods. Chinese foods, spicy barbecue, red bell peppers, something like that. As far as the particular wine we're going to try today, we're going to try the Moscato Moscato. Nice little story here. The particular family that runs this vineyard is America's oldest winemaking family, and they've been doing so for 150 plus years. So a lot of history in that bottle. We're trying their 2016 Moscato, 7.5% alcohol, so it's going to be kind of the higher end for Moscato. Let's give her a try. Yeah, perfumey. I definitely get that. It's not strong, but I get some fruit, not a lot. One thing you will catch, I do have, you probably won't see it on camera, but I do have some bubbles. There is a little effervescence to these wines. Forgot to mention. So let's give her a try. That is sweet. Wow. I do get the acidity though on the side of the tongue, so it is there, but that is just a sweet punch right up front. Kind of get a little honeysuckle in the taste. I didn't get it in the aroma, but I got a little taste. Not too bad. Because of the excess sugar, I get a little more viscosity than I did on like Sauvignon Blancs or drier Riesling. So there's a little body in this as far as your palate coating. Finish wise, we might get more to a medium just because that sweetness kind of lingers. This is definitely not a sophisticated wine, but I don't think anybody selling this wine will try to convince you of that. For my beer drinking buddies that went with me through the beer series and now is coming over the wine, if you like a good IPA and some bigger beers, this probably won't be the wine for you. It's not really balanced. Again, it's kind of like real malty beers, like your Scotch wee heavies or whatever. Yeah, there's hops in there, but you don't really notice it. Here, there is some acidity because I do get it on the side of the tongue, but it doesn't necessarily come out in the taste. That being said, someone that's new to wine, someone that just likes sweet drinks in general and might want to start drinking wine, this would be perfect for that. And again, because of the low alcohol, you could almost say this might be a session wine. We had session beers. This might be a session wine. Overall, like I said, just simple, sweet wine. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Till next time, bottoms up.